Good morning class. Now today I will start giving you the revision of the macroeconomics, your unit national income. So first of all understand the meaning of a macro. Macro means this economics studies with the aggregates and the averages related to the whole economy, just like national income, aggregate supply, aggregate demand, theory of income and employment, and micro is just opposite of the macroeconomics. So now first of all let's start with the concept of a stock and flow. Now stock and flow, first of all let's understand the meaning of a stock. Stock are the variables or the quantity of the economic variables which is measured at a point of time. Point I have underlined also. Point of time, that means the variables which you can understand, which you can calculate at the particular point of time, that is stock. Whereas the flow, that is measured at the period of time, just like per day, per week, per hour, per year, in this way. If the variables can be measured at the period of time, that is flow. Now stock, as I said, that it is counted or it is calculated as at a particular point of time. So that means this is static concept. Static means constant. Whereas flow, because a particular time period में study कर रहे हो, तो that means dynamic concept, that means changeable. And third difference between stock and flow, stock has no time dimension, whereas the flow has the time dimension, per hour, per day, per week, per year, in this way. So examples of the stock like money supply, national wealth, or maybe the quantity which is stored in the warehouses, all these things are stock. But the flow like consumption expenditure, because consumption expenditure we will calculate per month or maybe per year. Similarly, national income, per year we used to count. Quantity of the rice which is produced in a year, so that means period of time is there. So that is your flow concept. Now next one is your three phases of circular flow of income. Three phases of circular of income, that means how the economy runs. We are not discussing about only Indian economy. This is the normal flow of income which you can see in all the economies. Now this step can be start from income also, from expenditure, from production. All are interrelated to each other. Just like first of all, because we know that the money or the investment can be done by the production, maybe by the firms. So whatever the production is done by the firms and the factors of the production, those who are working in the firm, in return of their services, they will get the income. And then income is spent by these factors of the income in the form of expenditure. And on which commodities they are going to do the expenditure? Obviously on the produced goods of the economy. So ultimately the money again goes back to the firms in the form of an investment. So that means all three sectors are interrelated to each other. Production, that means the firms; income, that is the household sector. So that means services are given by the household sector to the firms, and firms are giving in return of their services income, and then income is going to be spent on the commodities. So ultimately this is the circular flow of the income. Now our next topic is types of circular flow of income. There are the two types of the circular flow of income. First one is the money flow and second one is the real flow. Money flow, that means that the money will flow from one sector to the another sector, and real flow means when the services are transferred from one sector to the another sector. So let's start first of all the real flow. Real flow implies the flow of the factor services from the household to the firms. That means because services is held by the household sector, so first of all household sector will give the services to the firms. Now what type of the services will be given by the household sector? Land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. So these services are given by the household sector to the firms. Now in return of the services of household sector, the firms will give goods and services to the household sector. That means in the real flow only the services will be transferred from one sector to the another. That means first of all services will be transferred from household to the firms, and then firms in return of their services, they will also return some services, that is the goods and services, to the household sector. Because we are discussing only real flow, so that means there is no money right now. Simply services are transferring from household to the firms and then firms to the household. Now The second type of the flow is the money flow. That means here now we are going to discuss about how the money will flow from one sector to the another. So we know household sectors can give the services, but firms are having the money. So first of all, in the real flow we discussed that the household sector gives its services like land, labor, capital and entrepreneur. Okay, and firms was giving to household sector goods and the services. So now when the firms are getting the services from the household sectors just like land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship, so in return of these services they are doing payment to the household sector. So how they are doing the payment? Like land will get the rent, labor will get the wages, capital will get the interest and entrepreneurship will get the profit. So when the factor payments will be done by the firms to the households, so now what household will do? Because in the real flow we discussed that the firms was giving goods and services to the household. So when the households are getting the payment, they will do the expenditure on the goods and the services which is provided by the firms. So in the real flow the services was transferred, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship to the firms, and the firms was giving goods and services to the household. So household will get the payment for the services, so household will do the expenditure on the goods and the services. Now let's discuss both the real flow and money flow in the two sector economy. Two sector economy, that means hardly two sectors are there in the economy. First is the household sector, second one is the firm sector. No government sector, no rest of the world. So now first of all, household sector is giving the factor services to the firm like land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. So what firm is giving in return of the services? Firm is giving the payments, rent, wages, interest and profit to the land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. When the household get the factor payment, so household will do the expenditure. They will start doing the expenditure on the goods and services of the firms. So when the firms will get the money in form of the expenditure, they will start doing work and they will start producing more goods and services and they start giving it to the household sector. So this is your two sector economy. Now your next topic is leakages and injections in the circular flow of income. Leakages, that means something is drained out from the economy, and injection, something is inserting in the circular flow of income. Circular flow of income, which we have discussed, three phases was there: production, income and expenditure. In this round form we have already discussed. So leakages are the variables which have a negative impact on the process of the production or income generation in the economy. That means if something is drained out from the economy, so automatically it will hampers the circular flow of the income. Example, just like savings. If the people will start doing more savings, so that means less expenditure. Less expenditure means less investment by the firms, and less investment means less income to the factors of production. Similarly, imports is also a leakage. That means if we are importing, that means our resources are not getting the work. If they are not getting the work, that means no income generation. No income generation means no expenditure, and no expenditure means no investment for the firms. Just think about the circular phase, the three phases of the economy, then only you can understand. Similarly, the taxes. Taxes means if more taxes will be imposed on the people, that means less income they are having. Less income means less expenditure. Less expenditure means less investment to the firms. So these are the variables which give the negative impact, and something which is drained out from the economy, or it automatically create the obstacles in the circular flow of income. Now injections. Injections, literal meaning something is inserting. So these are the flow variables which cause an increase in the process of the production or income generation in the economy. That means if you are putting something in the economy, it will automatically accelerate the flow of the income. That means production से income से expenditure. This is the circular flow of the income which we have already discussed. So it will start running fast if something is inserting in the economy. Example, investment. If more investment is done by the firms, so more employment means more income, more expenditure, and more expenditure leads to the more investment. Same exports means more work is done by the Indian economy, so more investment is done, and the same thing. Government expenditure, that means more investment is done by the government, more projects, dams, another thing, or maybe more companies are started by the government, so automatically more income generation, more expenditure, so more investment will be there. Or you can understand more by this. That means leakages are something moving out from the economy and injections are something inserting in the economy.